head downtown and film more of the setup for Comic-Con. So you guys are, look, I'm going to get the sneak peek, if I can talk properly. God, I'm tired. Of, what's going on down there. So yeah, should be fun. I'm going to have a great week. Hope you guys will too.
So, name and title.
Raina Kay, Director of Public Relations, Hard Rock Hotel, San Diego.
And what's going on this year for Comic-Con San Diego?
Well, as usual, we are kind of one of the hot spots outside of the convention. We have a lot of very exclusive private events happening. Thursday, you've got the fandom party up at Float. They're having a big performance by Big Boy. Saturday, at the close of the convention, of course, Entertainment Weekly is having their big bash, the biggest celebrity bash of Comic-Con. That's taking over Float. We've got Skydance, which is this fun interactive company. They're taking over and decking out Mary Jane's. You'll see some virtual reality and some cool video games. It's a great experience. Come have lunch, have a drink, and do some great people watching.
Awesome. And Club 207, is there anything special going on over there?
Well, 207 is essentially going to be closed to the public this year, but there is a great activation by Kingsman. So I don't know. I mean, if you hang out, around the hotel, there might be some sightings of some of the cast members.
And is there any chance for someone, or do you know if they're doing, like, they said they're private events, but do you know if they're doing, like, ticket vouchers for fans to get in this year? Do you know of anything like that?
I haven't seen or heard of anything, any vouchers for fans to get into some of the parties. A lot of them are pretty exclusive, but if you have any Hollywood connections, it's time to break out your Rolodex.
All right, good to know. So break out the Hollywood connections if you got them for Comic-Con. All right, well, thank you, Raina, so much for the interview, and have a good Comic-Con.
Thank you.
All right, I'm here with David Glanzer, who's the PR spokesperson for the San Diego Comic-Con, and take me through 2017. What's going on this year?
Well, you know what? It's going to be a great year. We have our fingers crossed for a fun time. It always is, but it's a lot of planning to make it all happen. But this year there's some really cool stuff going on. We have a lot of representatives from different countries. We have some booths from Chile, from South Africa, New Zealand, Russia, China. This year we also have a pinball lounge. We're at the Marriott Hotel, which should be a lot of fun. And it's going to feature new Star Wars pinballs. And then we also have a tech room over, I think it's called the Tech Lounge, over at the Omni Hotel, and they're going to feature different VR, virtual reality type stuff. So there's a lot of fun stuff going on.
Are there going to be any premieres like last year? There was Star Trek Beyond, which I was actually really thankful to get a pass to. But is there going to be anything like that this year?
I don't think there's anything off-site that big, nothing that's in association with us, but Comic-Con always has some pretty good surprises, so I think the show should be a lot of fun.
And take me through, how many people are you expecting this year?
Well, we've had to cap our attendance, so we really expect probably in excess of 135,000 people. We really won't know until probably a couple weeks after when we tally that all up, because we don't count badges printed or sold. We really count how many badges are picked up, but I'm sure it'll be over 135,000.
And how much revenue does Comic-Con bring into the city of San Diego?
Well, we've never done an economic impact study, but the city has. And my understanding it's about $135, $140 million over the course of the week.
So definitely, if the convention center expands, how many more people do you expect you can bring in?
We really don't know, because it will depend upon how the floor is configured. So as an example, if you had one booth and open space, you could probably get a lot more people in than if you had an entire space filled with booths. So it really depends upon the configuration, but hopefully we'd be able to increase the number by at least some.
And to be clear, it has to be contiguous expansion, correct?
For us, we would prefer contiguous, and the reason being, it would be like having a really cool house, and this is the greatest house in the world, but the kitchen is down the street. That really doesn't work for us, because our exhibitors want all to be together. One year we tried putting some exhibitors upstairs in the sales pavilion, and it was not very well received.
And then, you said with the exhibitors upstairs, what was the backlash from that?
Well, I think people really wanted to be on the floor so that they didn't have to leave to go to another area. And I think if you have non-contiguous, you have the same thing. Is it a better space to be in the new space? Is it better to be in the old space? Are people going to visit the bigger space and then just not even check out the smaller space? I mean, there are too many variables, and a lot of these people are retailers, and they want to make sure they can get, the eyes of the audience, so you don't want to split them up.
And then big celebrity appearances. What are we expecting this year?
I think there'll be some fun surprises. I can't tell you what they are, but I think it's going to be a really nice year this year. I'm looking forward to it.
Cool. And then you get to work the event, so I bet you're exhausted by the end of it.
I am exhausted, and to be honest with you, a lot of times I'll learn about the event from watching, podcasts and bloggers and photos, because it ends up being a blur.
Well, it's a great event. I'm hoping that you guys can stay in San Diego forever, because San Diego resident, and I love it. Been going since 2003. So.
Oh, great. Well, thank you. San Diego is a great place, and we've been here. We were born here. We'd love to stay here forever, too.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much, David.
Thank you very much. My
All right.
pleasure.
Have a great one.
So I'm going to be covering this event on my main YouTube channel, which is Stadia Productions SD, and I'll drop the link in the description here. So I'll put the highlights on the interviews and stuff on here, and then the rest of the stuff you guys can find on my main channel. Anyways, guys, stay classy, enjoy Comic-Con, and subscribe for more.